Hello everyone, Michael here, and welcome back to another update on my LEGO SCP Foundation right behind the screen right here. And it's been about a week, but a lot has happened in the past week. First of all, I went on vacation, but I was able to do a little bit of work. And by a little bit, I really mean a lot of work. So, let's get straight into today's updates. So here it is. Nope. Still not enough to get it into full focus. Nope. There we go. And I can't even get this entire thing on a shot of the camera. It is literally way too big for that to be possible. But yeah, a lot has happened over the last week, and most of the work got put into the containment area over there. But we'll take a look at that in a couple of minutes. But first, there's some things that I added to the outside desert of the facility, or the foundation in this case. As you can see, I've put a little custom truck there, delivery truck delivering some supplies to the foundation. Let's take a closer look at this. Now, as you can see, the guy in there is talking to the receptionist, or in this case, Sean, to see if he can let him in. He's got a couple of controls there to control the thing. And here we have the coolest feature, and that is the ramp from the little trunk area. And then you can lift this up, and there are a couple of boxes in there with a bunch of colorful studs to represent some kind of cargo. I'll just put these back in there, close the bag up, put the ramp back, and put him where he's supposed to be. Also tried to replicate some barbed wire. Actually, I am planning on swapping that out for actual barbed wire pieces, but at the moment I do not have any in my entire collection, so this is just kind of like a temporary thing. Also, there's been a lot of progress on the mountain hill thing, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of progress. Very, very much. So I've come to the point where I think it should end. The top thing should be at the top there. Of course, I kind of got it wrong with the estimations and stuff. So I'm gonna have to literally just split the mountain in half right there. But it's not gonna be any problem. Maybe even adding a little thing there for the foundation. Maybe like a, I don't know, cafeteria, a training place, something like. I don't really know what, but I'm definitely gonna integrate something into the mountain hill thing. But with that, let's move on to all the new things that I've added to the foundation. Over there we have that entrance to the first containment area. The only thing new that I've added there is the danger sign. I'm not really sure if you can see it, but it says danger, alright guys? Believe it, because it is dangerous, so we're not going there. It's only for government eyes to see. Going down the road, we'll get back to the containments later, as is the custom. Right here, we have this guy who is taking out the trash, and he is very surprised with his expression. He's actually swerving a bit. Yeah, he was swerving a bit because he's surprised at what's going on right here. So basically what is going on here is, so here's the story. There is a actual story behind it. So this is a highly trained D class that is currently testing a new one-wheeled Unicar, or as I call it. And he's looking a bit nervous over there that he might lose his balance and fall. Now, I would be pretty nervous if I was doing myself. He's got a little lever there to control it, and a little red thing. And he's going way past the given speed limit, so one of the security guards is chasing after him with a slow motion gun. So it's gonna slow him down for him to jump on and stop the thing. But I don't think he's gonna be so lucky after that, because right there is Director Jones coming to work in his super cool convertible car. We'll take a look at that later. But he's just wondering what the heck is going on right here. Like, what is one of my D-Class doing on that abomination of a car with one of my security guards using unauthorized, not admissionized slow motion gun? He's gonna have a talk with these two later on, probably in his office once he gets there. Also, there is no office yet, but let's move on from that. I've added a little parking lot right there. And oh, if you're wondering how I got that tilted position of the Unicar, well, let me expose it. It's using that. I believe I have created a brand new technique here, and I call it the hinge upper technique. So basically what I did there is use a clear piece and two hinges to basically hold that thing up. Yeah. Moving on, I've added some leaves of foliage just scattered about the place. Probably gonna change that leaf's position, but that's completely fine. Right here, we have a communications tower, because it's hard to communicate regularly without a tower in the desert, so they've got a mobile one right here, and it's being held up with chain because I thought that would be like a cool detail to add. But there's one thing I forgot to show you on the mountain, is that I had a little spotlight, and it can shine on stuff. Yay! Right here we have a parking lot, and over there, if you're wondering what that thing is, that is the parking administration machine. So what you would do, you would put your ID into that little slot like right there, pull this little lever here, and it would give you a little parking permit symbol right there. That is only, and expires in a day, so you have to get a new one each time, so they can tell if somebody decides to sneak into the Foundation without them knowing. It's pretty smart if you ask me, but then again, obvious. But the SCP Foundation is bound for doing obvious things. Anyways, moving on to the actual parking lot and moving past the big scene where the security guard chases D-Class in the Unicar. Here we have the parking lot with the mock car that I showed you in the last video. I've actually done some modifications to it. Just swapped out a couple of pieces. And right there we have Director Jones' cool car. Now, if you can't tell, this is the car from the 2017 police set. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called LEGO City Police Helicopter Chase. I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what I called it. I just did a couple of my own modifications to it to make it look a bit more cooler. Now, anyways, that is that. Moving on to this right here, and you would only know what this is if you watched my last update on the SCP Foundation. This is the trash compactor, which this guy is taking the trash to. So how it works, let me just grab his little bag here to demonstrate. So there's this little flap here, flaps around very freely. When you do, you just, let me try again. Well, you throw it, it would open like this, and then the trash will be instantly burned. Moving on from the very fiery stuff to the quite sciencey stuff. Yes, it's about that time of the video, guys, that we move on to the containments. So more progress has been done on the hall to the main containments. I've also added a little siren right there to let everyone know if there has been a containment breach. So in situations like this, it would be like, attention all SCP Foundation workers, there's been a containment breach, so everybody needs to get out of here right now. Okay, thank you. Don't die. Good luck. Moving on from that, as you can see, I finished the containment for SCP-999. As you can see, he's in there right now. There's the door to the containment and a little window. And I'm actually glad I finished this, because otherwise he would just be able to just slither on out of there and through the bars and into the public, and the government doesn't want the public to know what's going on inside the government. So that's kind of a compound. Yeah. So moving on to the first containment that I started on, SCP-173's containment. Probably one of the most infamous SCPs out there. As you can see, I have finished the wall. I have pretty much finished the containment. All I need to do is just finish the window and just put some bricks on top of that. But yeah, there's the scientist, and here is a happy-looking lady carrying some research files to the scientist. And oh my gosh, that is a lot of research files. Right, somebody help her. And over here we have what's the start of SCP-096's containment. So I haven't really finished it yet. SCP-096 is coming soon, just not quite yet. Need to start work on SCP-173 first. But as you can see, there is another little research station right there with a computer, little recording board, a settings device, and a little display right there. And of course, the door into the containment. But you've always got to make sure not to look him in the face, so they make sure he's always facing that corner right there, because you do not want to get on his bad side, because he will kill you, all right? He will kill you, and there will be in. But yeah, I really don't want that to happen, so they gotta make sure he's looking in the corner right there. Also, one thing I forgot to mention on SCP-173's containment is that I've got a camera, so people can look at him all the time, so he doesn't escape or have a containment breach or something. And the camera is aimed at where SCP-173 is going to be standing. So, but he's not there yet. I'm still working on him. He's a work in progress. But yeah, that's that. So that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit the subscribe, like, and bell. And yeah, I'll see you all guys next time.